Peter Mandelson was essentially number 2 to the Prime Minister of this country. Yet while in office, this individual was feeding inside sensitive information to Israeli agent Jeffrey Epstein. Mandelson emailed Epstein informing him that a €500 billion bailout was almost complete and would be finalised that evening. He also confirmed that the British government was going to sell off many of its assets. We have words for people like this: traitors. It was obvious that Peter Mandelson was compromised, yet Keir Starmer still appointed Peter Mandelson as ambassador to the United States.
There's a real buzz around Washington right now. You can sense that there's a new leader in town, that he's a true one-off, a pioneer in business and in politics. Many people love him. Others love to hate him. But to us, he's just Peter.
It's not only Mandelson that's compromised, it's Starmer too. The power behind Keir Starmer is Morgan McSweeney, who has resigned in disgrace. But who is the mentor of Morgan McSweeney? None other than Peter Mandelson. We also know that Labour Together was the engine that pushed McSweeney and Starmer into their current position. This organisation was bankrolled by Israel lobbyist Trevor Chin. Keir Starmer is absolutely armless against this form of foreign interference because he is a manifestation and a creature of it himself. The Prime Minister Keir Starmer likes to pretend that he knew nothing of Epstein's relationship with Peter Mandelson.
None of us knew the depth and the darkness of that relationship.
The pictures were all over the internet. Do you mean to tell me random people tweeting on the internet know more about the activity of Peter Mandelson than the actual Prime Minister of this country? Channel 4 literally did a documentary 7 years ago, made by Double Down News' own Richard Sanders, which pointed out the closeness of the relationship between Peter Mandelson and Jeffrey Epstein.
You visited Epstein when he was in jail.
While I was there, he received a call and said, "Hello, Petey." Petey wanted to meet Jamie Dimon, who was then the chairman of JP Morgan. Petey turned out to be none other than the Secretary of the Board of Trade, Peter Mandelson. I was astonished that a British cabinet minister at that time, probably the most powerful man other than the Prime Minister, was calling Jeffrey in jail to make an appointment with a very powerful banker in New York.
And the phone call worked?
Yeah, it was sorted out.
Did you get a sense from him how well he knew Peter Mandelson?
Well, clearly you don't call Peter Mandelson Petey if you're not a close friend.
While serving as business secretary, Peter Mandelson suggested to Jeffrey Epstein that he should advise his client, Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan, to threaten the British Treasury over the tax on banker bonuses. There is a direct line here between Peter Mandelson working to change British legislation in the interest of bankers through Epstein as a bridge to the CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon. These people are not working for your interests, they're working for both the super rich and Israel too. When Peter Mandelson was able to get Gordon Brown to resign, he stated the following in an email to Jeffrey Epstein. Finally got him to go today. The next day, Gordon Brown, the Prime Minister of this country, resigned. So here was the number 2 in government at the time, giving advance notice of market movements to this paedophile banker and Israeli agent Jeffrey Epstein and updating him on all the goings-on inside 10 Downing Street. This information that Mandelson was leaking to Jeffrey Epstein, who himself was working with his own clients in finance, was exactly what he needed to manipulate markets and generate millions, if not billions, on the back of working people. Peter Mandelson embodies the duplicity and the depravity of the Labour Party, which has for decades sold out people in this country to different interests, whether it be finance or Israeli assets like Jeffrey Epstein. Those are the real friends of this government, not you and me. Keir Starmer has delivered your NHS data on a silver platter to Palantir thanks to Peter Mandelson. Palantir is an organization which assisted Israel in the genocide in Gaza, a company which actively believes in killing people for Western supremacy. First, you have Jeffrey Epstein getting close to Peter Thiel of Palantir, fantasizing about what they call creative chaos around the world as a way to control societies. And then you have Peter Mandelson's lobby group, Global Council, organizing the meeting between the government and Palantir. And then you have Palantir awarded contracts all across British society, from military to the health sector. All the Palantir contracts should be ripped up right now. And it seems that Peter Mandelson may have been behind Keir Starmer's membership of the Trilateral Commission, a key US security think tank. Just so happens that Jeffrey Epstein was also on the Trilateral Commission. He joined the Trilateral Commission in 2017 as Morgan McSweeney became part of the Labour Together push to bring down Jeremy Corbyn. And so imagine the audacity of Keir Starmer to join the Trilateral Commission, an organisation that Epstein was a member of while he was serving under Corbyn. And while at the Trilateral Commission, Starmer was alongside two former heads of the CIA, an organisation that had been monitoring and spying on Corbyn since the 80s and certainly had a role in his downfall. Let's not forget that Peter Mandelson said he would dedicate every second of every day to bringing down Jeremy Corbyn.
You've said each day I try and think of ways to undermine Jeremy Corbyn.
I did say that, yes.
Well, that was a mistake, wasn't it?
Well, no, I wasn't alone.
If he'd had your backing, he might have done a lot better.
Well, he might have done.
The irony, of course, being Jeremy Corbyn, who was not beholden to foreign or external interests and was loyal to the people of this society, was somehow thrown out, but Mandelson was welcomed in. And let's hold our hands up and admit the fact that Israel operated in concert with Britain and the United States a plan to stop Jeremy Corbyn from ever becoming the Prime Minister of this country. The moral of the story is that we have an elite which rules us who do not view us as equal human beings. They are held unaccountable by both the political systems and the media systems. It's time for change. Double Down News told you years ago both who Keir Starmer was and Peter Mandelson was, whilst the mainstream media was happy to back them and help them attack and crush the movement to bring Corbyn into government. Make sure you support it to carry on.